Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Empires and Puzzles. So, today has brought us a surprise little portal as a Covenant portal has popped up, and this time it is featuring a brand new hero, so we should take a moment to talk about this. The new hero's name is going to be Arzen. Okay, Arzen, let's see what we're all about here. We are going to get a Dark Rogue, so he does have the chance to dodge attacks, which is kind of useful. It's always nice to get that dodge in and take no damage from a special that they were hoping to hit you. Then let's get into our bonuses. Arzen's going to get the Construct family bonus, so he gets the Construct core. If you're unfamiliar with cores, it's a little bit strange because they're on a lot of different characters, but basically, there's no family bonus. Instead, when they take damage, they are going to power up their core, and in this particular case, he does have the Minion core. This is not dissimilar to what we've been seeing out of these heroes. So first things first, the Minion core is going to power up, and as it powers up, it gets stronger. Eventually, if it gets fully charged, it says that it will summon a killer bot minion with 27% HP and 55% attack to the caster and all allies. The HP and attack inherited from the caster and allies will be based off of the charge in the core. We just talked about that. And then before the killer bot minion hits a target, it destroys all minions from the target and damages mega minions. So that's a nice little added bonus, is it does help you control the board for your side with minions and mega minions by hitting them before it even does damage. So I do think that that's a really cool addition to these particular killer bot minions. Okay, so down here in the passives department, we are going to get the Empowered Resist special skill blocking. This character is immune to status ailments that prevent the use of special skills. They also gain 450 boosted health and 5% mana each time they resist. So, this has been similar to what the Construct family has had for a long time in the passives department. However, this is now empowered. So, instead of just resisting effects like this, they are going to also gain that boosted health and mana and just straight mana of 5%. It is a pretty cool setup and a reminder of what kind of things you get protection against. In this particular case, it's against things like silence or paralyze or effects that would effectively prevent you from using your special. I've talked about this before, but things that replace your special, like a mindless attack or Bernadette's cursed paintings, those type of effects will still hit you because they don't prevent you from using your special, but instead they will basically replace your special with something else, right? So very interesting stuff there. All right, now let's move on to the next passive. We've got the Minion Core, and this is just talking about how it powers up, right? Okay, so we got all of that handled. Then in our Aether Power, we have the attack up. So for the first 6 turns, you are going to get that 20% increased attack. Because this guy is operating down here at fast speed, you can pretty much assume that at least your very first special will do additional damage. If you're lucky, you might be able to squeeze a second one in as well. So we will be getting Vicious Strike operating at fast speed. It's going to deal 510% damage to the target, so sniper hit. Has an 85% chance for additional hits on random enemies up to 4 additional hits. Deals minor damage. Oops, bring that back. Okay. Then it says the target resists healing and receives 200 damage per resisted healing attempt for 3 turns. Okay, so that's probably the more important part, because look, a fast sniper at 510% that can possibly hit some other targets is it's cool, but it's not anything really that exciting because those additional hits are minor damage. But the fact that whatever target he hits will then resist healing. If you're unfamiliar with the mechanic behind resisting healing, it's basically saying that their heals are reduced by 100% is another way of looking at it. But it might even go a step further. And this is something I do need to confirm. But when they resist healing, I don't know if that would count against being able to clear insanity. That is something I'd have to look into more, because as it stands right now, even in Bloody War, heals will still go off and heal for 0 and clear some insanity. But if you are resisting healing, I don't know if that means that the heal itself won't land and can't clear insanity, or if it does something like reduces it to 0 and then clears the insanity as well. So again, I apologize for not having the answer there, but I want you to at least keep that in mind. We can kind of look into that a little bit more if you are thinking about trying to pair this guy with some insanity heroes. Maybe finding that out could be a good way to go. But anyway, yeah, being able to make a target resist healing for 3 turns is pretty powerful, especially when you want to ensure that like a singular target dies before it gets that heal up and makes your entire hit that much harder. This is that type of character for you to ensure that you get the time necessary to finish off your target before it gets like a full heal from like a Heterophides or a Cleopatra or any of those absolutely massive healers out there that will just bring them right back to top full. So where are we at with this guy? We have to make a decision. Look, I don't think this guy's anything that amazing, but I think he's a solid sniper to add to your team and can be used to, like I said, wedge against healing and ensure that targets you're trying to kill actually go down. So, I mean, he's still a solid 8 because I think that's a very strong effect to stop the healing on your snipe target. So, yeah, like, I mean, an 8 is fine. I can't let him go any higher than that because he's just kind of bland. And the question is, and when I say bland, I mean it's just he's not doing that much more additional group buffing or anything like that. He's very much a single target, solo focused kind of visionary here. And so I mean that really, I think 8's the right place for him to be. I think you do level him up if you get him though, because you will find fights in which you're going up against a massive amount of healing that this guy, even if you just use him each round to pick them off one at a time, you can slowly, before that timer goes off most likely, get through killing an entire team with this guy helping you get through the massive healing that could be going out. So grats if you pull him. And yeah, I think that's about all there is to add on this. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If you like what I do, there's a little button at the bottom right. You can click that to find me easier in the future, and we'll see you next time.